Well, new tonight, voters in Sangamon County are deciding their sheriff come Tuesday. The lone Democrat has dropped out, meaning the winner of the Republican primary will be the new sheriff. The race is between current Sheriff Paula Crouch, who was appointed 18 months ago when the former sheriff stepped down following the police killing of Sonia Massey. The other candidate is a veteran of the department, David Tim. WEND Investigates Alyssa Patrick sits down with both as they make their case to voters.
On the Republican side, the race is now between current Sheriff Paula Crouch and challenger David Tim. Crouch was appointed 18 months ago when the former sheriff stepped down following the police killing of Sonia Massey. Tim is a veteran of the department. The lone Democrat has dropped out, meaning the winner of the Republican primary will likely be the next sheriff.
Proven leadership, trusted to lead. Paula Crouch.
Paula Crouch has been leading the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office since September of 2024. She stepped into the role as the department struggled with the fallout of Sean Grayson's arrest and conviction of second-degree murder.
I knew that not everybody was like Sean Grayson, and I really wanted the opportunity to reconnect with the public and the deputies that were still at the sheriff's office so that they could see really who was representing their sheriff's department.
Grayson responded to Massey's home when she called 911 to report a prowler. His response and her death were captured on body camera video. Since taking over, Crouch worked to get deputies out into the community and local schools to rebuild trust.
The kiddos love the police and they are very forgiving. But then their parents too were very appreciative of the involvement that the deputies had with the school, and it's little things, right? It's an Easter egg hunt. It's the Shop with the Cop program.
She also introduced a wellness initiative offering mental health training and support and worked to improve in-person training for deputies.
We started out by going to the ICAT training facility over in Decatur, where the Buffett Foundation sponsored, gave us a scholarship basically to our grant to allow all of our members to attend that training.
Crouch also partnered with the Springfield Police Department to send deputies for training with Springfield officers.
Really build that working relationship with the city police officers because we're their backup, they're our backup. If we're training together, then we're all on the same page together.
While she was thrust into the role and had pressing issues to manage, she's now asking voters for a full term to tackle things like staffing and improvements at the jail.
I think we are currently 18 correctional officers down, so we are on the hunt for correctional officers. Right now, the ones that we have are working a lot of overtime.
While Crouch hopes to continue improving morale, community relations, and staff levels, she must first face Republican primary challenger David Tim.
I'm just a normal guy. That's why you see me in my t-shirt and blue jeans everywhere that I go.
Tim describes himself as the scrappy outsider, raising his own money and campaigning without the county party behind him.
David Tim for sheriff, the leadership we need for a change.
But unlike Crouch, who is new to the sheriff's office, Tim spent all of his 25-year career wearing the deputy uniform, ending his career working patrol at the transfer bus station.
The last night that I was there, when I had mentally ill, homeless coming up to me with cards saying they didn't know what they were going to do without me there, I knew right then if I had impacted their lives in the last eight months of my career, what could I do on the grand scale? When I came home that night, I told my wife, I said, I have to do this.
Tim says decades on the force and watching the department's response to the Massey tragedy taught him what was and was not working.
The more I met with deputies, the more I'd been involved with the community, I saw the direction we needed to go. Then the changes come from the horrible tragedy that took place. With that, there have been things put in place that I agree with, but I think we should never just check the boxes that are there. We should always go above and beyond.
Tim was hired as a deputy in September of 1999. Records show he received many accommodations and letters of thanks from the community. But the campaign against him has also shined a light on Tim's record with the department.
Her opponent, David Tim, has a very different record.
Records show he was written up for policy violations, including in 2006 when he served a day-and-a-half suspension for violating department policies during a stabbing investigation.
I've learned from my mistakes, and that's important, and it's made me who I am today.
His record also shows he was fired in 2008 after an investigation found Tim asked a Leland Grove police officer to get a friend out of a DUI as a professional courtesy. He appealed the termination, and records show the arbiter found the practice was commonplace at the time and that Sheriff Neil Williamson unfairly targeted him. He was reinstated without back pay.
I'm not going to lead any voter to believe I'm something other than what I've told them. That's unfair, because if they're choosing to vote for me, they need to know what I represent and who I am. I'm not perfect.
Then in 2016, records showed Tim requested a new squad car due to issues with his hip. He says supervisors didn't accommodate his medical issue, and he filed a federal lawsuit for violations of the Americans with Disabilities Act. In 2023, court records show a jury ruled in his favor, and a judge awarded him almost $400,000 in damages and attorney's fees.
I've always said I'm a fighter, and I'm a fighter for the department, I'm a fighter for the people, and if I was willing to do that internally and face what I faced, and now it's coming out in a different way, what would I do for the citizens of this community? And I would do the same thing for them. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong.
For WAND Investigates, I'm Melissa Patrick.
Now on the Democratic ticket, Mark Bell listed on the ballot, but he announced on Facebook February 9th that he's dropping out of the race.